Hey everybody, tonight I am making a stuffed pork tenderloin. This time I'm going to be stuffing it with onions and mushrooms and then wrapping it with bacon. So let's get started. Okay, I pre-cut my pork tenderloin into thirds. So I sliced it and then sliced it again and then laid it out. Now we're just going to pound this out. Okay, now I'm just going to dice up a whole onion. Okay, next we're gonna chop up a carton of a carton of mushrooms that I've already washed and took the skins off of. But while we are doing that, we're going to put our onions on high, and then we're gonna add some balsamic vinegar and give it a little flav. Okay, turn down the heat to medium. Now we're gonna add our chopped mushrooms. Don't worry, there's more. Okay, and then we're going to add some more balsamic vinegar. So this will be 2 tablespoons of balsamic total. Okay, this has been cooking for 5 minutes. Now we're going to add a tablespoon of minced garlic, a little bit of granulated garlic, probably a teaspoon. We're going to do a teaspoon of granulated onion powder, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of pepper. We're going to remove our good stuff from the pan and try to not get up that liquid. Okay, now we're going to stuff our pork. And we're going to stuff it as much as we can. Okay. You're going to start at one side and roll. Pull and roll, pull and roll. Okay. Now we're going to wrap this sucker with bacon. Okay, now we're going to wrap this with bacon. And just take a slice. Start at where you ended up with your pork. And just, of course it does that. And then just wrap it as best you can. We're going to get rid of this right now. Okay. I start at the 2 ends and then work my way towards the middle. And try to wrap it as best you can. We're not culinary artists. We're just trying to cook dinner for our family here, right? And a fancy one, I might say. Okay, now we're going to wrap it this way. So that way nothing falls out of the other ends. Okay, see how nice that looks? Alright, now we're gonna put it in a pan. Okay, I washed my pan that I cooked the onions and mushrooms on. We're gonna heat this up and just pan sear it for a little bit so that way it seals the bacon onto the pork. Okay, while this is cooking, I'm gonna cut up the rest of this bacon because we're gonna fry it up. Okay, now we're gonna flip. and get that side. While that's cooking, we're going to spray our 8x8 baking dish with some Pam. And now we're going to remove this off that and put it in there. Okay? Now we're going to take our rest of the bacon that we cut up and we're going to pan sear it a little bit. Let me turn this down to medium. We're going to cook this until it's nice and crumbly and crispy. Okay, now that our bacon is done, we're going to put it on a paper towel to get off that excess grease. You'll have to bear with me for a second because I only got 2 hands. Okay, let me put this down. Okay, now we're going to take this leftover goody stuff and we're just going to add it to our pan. Because why would we waste all this? You know? And then we're going to sprinkle it with our bacon. Okay. Now we're going to put it in our preheated oven that is set for 375 for 45 minutes. Well, 40 to 45 minutes depending on your oven. We'll check on it when we get back. Okay, remember that grease that we left in our pan? We're going to put it in our bacon jar and we're going to add we're going to leave a tablespoon, I'm sorry, not even that, a teaspoon in our pan, okay? Because now we're going to be making some creamed spinach. So you're like, why do you need bacon grease for creamed spinach? Well, we're going to saute some garlic. And you're gonna just need a teaspoon of garlic. Okay, we're gonna saute that up for 2 minutes. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, there you go. Okay, now this has been cooking for 2 minutes. I have a 8-ounce block of cream cheese. I'm just gonna cube as much as I can and just drop it in there. Okay. Now we're just gonna let this melt. And then we'll add our next ingredient. Now we're going to add a little bit of heavy cream. That's probably like less than 1/4 of a cup. Probably like 1/8 of a cup. And then we're just gonna allow this to make a little cream. Cream the dream for this cream spinach. I don't know. Okay, this is a little thick for me, so we're gonna add a little bit more. So this will be an equivalent of 1/4 of a cup total for the cream, the heavy cream. There, that's a good consistency. Okay, now we're going to add grated Parmesan cheese, and I used fresh grated Parmesan cheese because somebody had to say something about my shaky cheese from Kraft. So I buy a block of fresh Parmesan cheese and I freeze it because I don't use a lot of it, and when it's on sale I buy it. So I took my little manual food chopper and just chopped it up. So we're gonna do that. And that's probably half of a cup of Parmesan, which is okay. I mean, who doesn't like cheese? Okay, now we're gonna use our our chopped spinach that I steamed in the microwave. And we're just gonna add that to our cheesy, creamy mixture. All right, we're just gonna mix that all up. Okay, make sure you test your product to make sure that you need or don't need any seasoning. Okay. Because it had a lot of Parmesan cheese in it, we only need like a pinch of salt. A little bit more. And then some pepper. I did tablespoon of pepper. I'm sorry, teaspoon of pepper. And then a tad of the granulated garlic. And give that a good mix. All right, that's perfect. Just that little bit of seasoning just totally changed the whole recipe. So yum. All right, we're done with this. Let's wait on our pork. All right, y'all. This is the finished product. I cut it into pieces. Good stuffed. This is all the goodness. So you take a slice and then you put this stuff over top of it. And then here's the spinach, the cream spinach. Let me know if you guys tried it.